9:30. Every week a new band. In studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.
Wicked. And welcome to Active Live. Welcome, Uncle Silverback. How you doing?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Your the silverbackness of the beard has just become that much more silverbacky since the last time you came
What are
in.
you saying I'm getting old, Mark?
No, I'm not saying you're getting old. I'm just saying you're gaining even more dignity.
Becoming more distinguished.
Becoming more distinguished. Yeah. So, Active Live, welcome to the studio.
Thanks. It's an honour to be invited to come along.
Yeah. So, do you want to give people a brief rundown on who Uncle Silverback is?
Brief.
A brief, yeah.
Well, I'm a trombone player primarily, and a DJ, I guess, next. I also play a bit of bass. I mostly play trombone in bands. I've been in Brockflower, Newtown Rocksteady, Nico Nesner.
Whole bunch of fun bands.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
All very large, though. So I've been gradually scaling back. Had a four-piece band called Rhino Boogie, which was just horns and drums. And then I've taken it one step further and dropped it down to just myself. For
one person.
Yeah.
Although, how you turntable and play the trombone at the same time, that will be interesting.
Yeah, I can't do them quite at the same time.
No.
Just like close together, back to back.
Could be a bit difficult.
Yeah.
A little bit tricky.
I mean, it's something to work on, obviously. Something to aspire to. But
you don't want to knock the stylus with the what's the slidey bit of the trombone called?
It is the slide. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
There you go. What a great descriptive name. And at this point, I think we should play some music.
Okay.
Okay. And for people who aren't streaming this with pictures online, we have to note that you have a bass strapped to your back as well.
Indeed. Yep.
Indeed, yeah. So have you noticed how all the best bands in the world have trombones? Is it sort of a secret that musicians know? You add a trombone, things get better?
I reckon, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I'm a fan of the trombone. I hope that
Exactly.
everyone else is as well. And
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. Some of my favourite bands certainly feature.
Exactly. So how did you come to the trombone?
Weirdly, I always wanted to play trombone from when I was
Okay.
a child. I think I saw
Yep.
someone playing it when I was really young, and I was like, "Yep, that's me."
Bolt of light came down from the heavens,
that must have
and
been
there
it.
you were. And as soon as your arms were long enough, it was
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that was definitely a challenge. When I started playing when I was about 10 or 11, I think.
Okay.
And, you just can't play some of the notes when you're that young.
No, that would be a problem.
Just have
So
to stick to certain keys.
did you come through brass bands?
Not really. I played in like a wind band at school, and then I went into orchestral rather than brass band,
Yep.
which was it's an amazing experience.
Okay.
I'm really lucky to have gone through that. Really.
So there was another kid with a trombone who had longer arms than you initially. And
Yes.
Then,
Yeah.
nice.
Bigger
Okay.
shoes.
So what's next? What's next?
I've only really planned my first song,
Okay.
which I've done. That was a
that's
tune
fine.
called Post Shop.
So it's kind of a jazz downbeat reggae thing that we're going to get, an improvisational tip.
It will be something semi-pre-prepared. I just
Yeah.
have to decide which one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's go with this guy. This is called 98 Break.
Woo! Woohoo! So, getting back to the trombone, I noticed that you've wanged it at some point. The horn is
it's a
visibly
feature.
dented. Yeah.
Yeah, I was carrying it on my back when I was riding my bike a few
Oh,
months
no.
ago, and I smashed into the back of a car.
Okay.
Trombone went flying with myself.
Okay.
Thankfully, I came out probably better than my trombone.
Yeah.
I was okay.
Yeah, it has
That's the important thing.
slight facial injuries as
Yeah,
such.
man, anything could have happened, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, pretty glad my trombone got a ding, and I didn't.
You can get them panel beaten though, can't you?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's-
really
yeah.
should have got it taken
Yeah.
out by now, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of a reminder to be a little bit more careful, maybe.
Although saying that, there's whole brass bands in Africa that were sort of abandoned when the colonialists left and got picked up, and they're beautifully dented instruments that have their own qualities and sounds.
That's it. I mean, I've seen heaps of people
yeah.
playing like really bashed up old instruments, and I think
Yeah.
kind of adds some character.
It's character.
I haven't really noticed
That's
any
it.
different to the difference in the
Okay.
sound. Whether that's
Yeah.
because I'm not good enough, I don't know.
Or maybe you're adjusting to it. You've adjusted
Yeah, it
to it
could be,
automatically. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe one day I'll get
One
it
day.
fixed. But for now, it's
Yeah. It's kind of like
it's my thing. You know,
well,
it's like
it's-
Dizzy Gillespie had his like funny pointing
yeah,
up.
that pointy up.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
well-
sure there was a story about that being an accident, but
I mean,
I'm not
perhaps
sure it
he
was.
sort of went under a low bridge on his bicycle and it got caught, and he just didn't tell anybody about it because he wanted to be a bigger man.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So the turntables, when did they come into your life?
When was it? I was about 18, 19, I think. I had some friends who were quite into hip hop, and I started listening to hip hop with them, and it grew from there. Saw a documentary about scratching, and that was it. I was like,
I'll
I
give
wanna
it a
do
try. I need to do it. I need to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. It was exactly that. Yeah, I got into DJing not really because I wanted to be a DJ as such. It's just really sold on this idea of using a turntable as an instrument.
And the sonic textures that you could.
Yeah, and it's been a
Get with
real fun
Yeah.
experience to get into.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of time just scratching away in my bedroom, but
Yeah. And you would have also probably spent a lot of time playing with very big bands because that's another thing that you've done.
Totally. Yeah, most of the bands I've been involved with tend to be kind of at least 9 or so.
Yeah.
Up to 14, 15 with Newtown Rocksteady. That's like 15 at full strength these days.
Which always involves a degree of patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the band, and the people. I find with Newtown Rocksteady, it's such a perfect bunch of people.
Okay.
So laid back, and a lot of people who are multi-talented who can fill in when people can't do things.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things hardest thing to manage is people's availability. But yeah, it's fun.
It is.
And like the more people on stage, really, the better the vibe, I think.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. So do you have a preference for what you play when you're in a band?
I think trombone probably. It's the one I'm most comfortable playing. I've been playing it longer than everything else.
Yeah. And a full horn section is
in a full horn section, definitely.
Yeah, which would mean having your sampling technology means that you can have a trombone section, which is pretty neat.
True. Yeah. Although, trying to incorporate it into live music is pretty tricky. It's always a challenge trying to incorporate loops into live. You've either got to have the drummer playing along to a click or something like that. But it's definitely possible.
Yeah, it is. Okay, let's do something else. You're listening to Active Live. We're with Uncle Silverback in the Radioactive Live Room and Stadium.
Smiling her face. She don't know Joe cracked the dawn. Never
boats. The room was suddenly filled with dubbed out MCs. That was pretty damned impressive. Yeah,
Well,
nice.
thank you.
So where can people catch Uncle Silverback playing live?
My next show is tonight.
Tonight.
So very soon,
Yep.
playing at Laundry alongside Ugly Disco. I think they're called Ugly Disco. It's got like a thing over the ears, so it might be Oogly Disco.
It's Oogly Disco, Ugly Disco.
But those guys are amazing.
Just,
like a live house guy called Johnny Lawrence on bass, who's one of my favourite musicians around Wellington. It's going to be awesome. Laundry from 10. I think I'm on
10.
at 11.
Okay, and there will be a lot of dancing.
Yeah, there will.
It'll be sweaty.
Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, it's always a good place for that, and nice and intimate. So will you have the setup you've got here?
Yeah, it's going to be exactly the same setup. Some of the same tunes, some different ones.
Yep. So don't get too close, dancers, or you might get clonked by a trombone or whomped by a bass.
Yeah, that's definitely happened before.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, and then the turntable goes flying and everything makes a noise it's not meant to make.
Try and avoid that, eh?
Yeah,
I tend to try and point my trombone to the side if I can.
Yeah, incendiary devices.
Yeah. Totally.
Nice. Okay, I reckon we've got time for one more track.
Awesome. Cool.
I reckon we do. Uncle Silverback, thank you very much for coming in and funking and dubbing up our afternoon. Yes. Thank you, NZ On Air as well. Good people.
Every week, a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. Cirque du Bleu.